I'm not shitting you, 70 to 500 versions of that line.
Yeah, I'm going to pay for that later.
Blake Lively there as Lady.
Yes, you are.
All this editing nonsense of Blake refusing to let Justin make his movie and I'm not going to give you Taylor's song. I'm not going to give you Taylor's song. You mean girl.
Tap the fourth wall too. The proposal.
Good God.
It's so ridiculous.
I think that's what I do.
I fucking hate Nice Pool. Worse than Deadpool does.
And here we
fucking hate Nice Pool worse than Deadpool does. That was Ryan Reynolds himself.
Taylor Swift just dropped a bombshell that's shaking Hollywood to its core. The pop icon has reportedly revealed explosive text messages showing Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds plotting to derail actor Justin Baldoni's career after he refused to play along with their behind-the-scenes tactics. But that's not all. Exclusive details suggest the couple has been using their children as strategic PR tools to protect their spotless public image. According to sources, this campaign has been in motion for years, and Swift has finally decided she's had enough. What pushed her to expose her former friend? Stay tuned. We're breaking it all down.
Nice Pool revelations that sort of confirm his hatred of Nice Pool and everything else. This is the true shocker right here. So here it is, guys.
Poor guy.
Our fight isn't with you.
When I want your opinion, I'll take Wolverine's dick in your mouth.
That's kid.
Guiltily, that is my daughter, Inez.
I'm so sorry we have to admit that.
You didn't have to admit it. You didn't have to admit it, for one. You could have just kept that a secret, which I probably would have done, and let that come out if the kid wants to admit it later, right? Like, for one, you didn't have to admit it, but he gleefully is about to admit it, and it's worse.
I am Father of the Year over here for allowing her to say such language, which, to her credit, she really didn't want to say, and then came back later and said, I want to say it now, when I started looking at other people to play.
Yeah, but right.
Some other kid's going to take your part, Inez. You sure you don't want to do Daddy's disgusting line?
And to our discredit, we made Nezzy do I'm not shitting you 70 to 500 versions of that line.
Yeah, I'm going to pay for that later.
Blake Lively there as Lady.
Yes, you are.
Dude, but Justin Baldoni's the problem.
Ever wondered if those picture-perfect Instagram moments from Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are too good to be true? You're not alone, and according to shocking new reports, they just might be. For years, this Hollywood power couple has cultivated a public image built on witty banter, adorable glimpses of their children, and a seemingly flawless marriage. But behind the scenes, sources now claim that this carefully curated image may be more manufactured than fans ever realize. The center of this unraveling narrative is none other than Taylor Swift. According to insiders close to the situation, Swift has been sitting on explosive information about her longtime friends for months, waiting, watching, and preparing for the right moment to expose what some are now calling Hollywood's biggest charade. What sparked it all? A set of alleged text messages Swift reportedly found on Blake's phone, completely shattering her perception of the couple. Taylor was devastated when she saw the messages, a source said. These weren't casual conversations. There were dozens of exchanges in which Blake and Ryan openly discussed using photos of their children to strategically boost their public image. One particularly revealing message reportedly showed Blake instructing Ryan on how to pose with their daughter for what would later appear on social media as a spontaneous daddy-daughter moment, timed precisely to coincide with the release of his latest film. The level of planning stunned even seasoned industry insiders. She has an actual content calendar, revealed one source who has worked on multiple projects with the couple. Every casual family moment is scheduled months in advance. The posts align with movie premieres, brand deals, or even damage control when negative press starts to build. Nothing is accidental. Even more disturbing are the accounts from 3 former staff members who recently came forward. They claim the couple routinely staged candid family moments for social media, photos that often took hours to shoot. They'd make us retake the same shot over and over, one former employee shared. Ryan would tweak the lighting, Blake would reposition the kids, and nothing would get posted until it looked perfectly effortless. The final straw for Taylor Swift allegedly came when she discovered how Blake and Ryan were speaking about actor Justin Baldoni behind closed doors. Despite maintaining a friendly public relationship, private messages reportedly show Blake plotting to damage Baldoni's reputation. She was clearly threatened by how fast a star was rising, said a source from Baldoni's production team. The texts, some of which were allegedly leaked to a small group of Hollywood insiders, included strategic discussions about discrediting him in industry circles. One particularly damning message reportedly had Blake writing, "We need another baby photo this week. The movie numbers are slipping." That single line has sparked a firestorm in Hollywood, raising deep concerns about how far some celebrities might go to preserve their brand. If these allegations are true, the image of Blake and Ryan as Hollywood's most relatable couple may never recover. What seemed like playful posts and sweet family snapshots might actually be part of a calculated PR campaign, and Taylor Swift, it seems, has decided it's time the truth comes out.
So to me, it was very ridiculous. And people are like, well, she went on the 12th, she called out sick on the 8th. And I'm like, well, it would be ridiculous for her to be in Vegas and for filming to be running late, something delayed her in Vegas, and then she can't make the show. So the thing a manipulative person would do is, let me just take the whole week off. Forget caterers, forget hair and makeup, forget the individuals who really need to be there, because not everybody has a contract for the movie. There are people who are making hourly wages that you're taking money from them. So the excuse people are really coming up for her is, well, she called out sick on the 8th and she went to the concert on the 12th. So 4 days in between, somebody could have recovered. And I'm like, well, then she should have made arrangements to be in Vegas.
Yep.
And they're like, well, what if she had childcare? She's rich enough to have childcare on the jet with her in Vegas. And whoever was watching her kids that allowed her to be at the Eras Tour could have been in Vegas watching the kids while she filmed. So the excuses don't work for me. Try again.
Well, it feels to me like, yeah, it's a photo op. She's doing this as not clearly every time they're there, while they blur out the faces, it's still like this opportunity where they were noticed every single time. Yeah. And I don't fault Taylor. Taylor's probably like loves the fact that, oh, my friend has kids. She clearly is like seems like she'd be a fun auntie who like, come, I want to see the kid. Like she doesn't have kids of her own. Like I get all that, and it does make me wonder like if Blake was exploiting all that to like, yeah, Taylor, you can be the auntie to my kids, and I'll show up whenever. And there's just so much manipulation that I see straight out of what was happening to Taylor, and seeing Taylor distance herself now and now support Selena Gomez a lot louder, which we just saw her do an Instagram reel like this weekend promoting Selena's album, which she's never once supported Blake via reels. She supported Zoe Kravitz early on with her film, not ends with us. She supported now Selena Gomez, who had a falling out and now clearly hated Blake, right? So it's clear the more and more I see Taylor's done with them. She was totally taking advantage.
Have you ever wondered if those picture-perfect Instagram posts of Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are more fiction than reality? It turns out they just might be. For years, the couple has carefully built a brand rooted in playful banter, sweet family moments, and a seemingly effortless marriage, Hollywood's golden pair. But recent revelations suggest a much darker narrative behind the filtered photos and witty captions. The center of it all is Taylor Swift, once a close confidant and godmother to the couple's children. According to multiple sources, Swift has been sitting on damning information for months, quietly observing and waiting for the right time to pull back the curtain. The picture that's emerging is less about family charm and more about manipulation, image control, and betrayal. It all started with what seemed like a harmless girls' night at Taylor's New York apartment. As Taylor stepped away to make drinks, Blake's phone lit up with notifications, messages Taylor hadn't meant to see, but couldn't ignore. What she read, according to a friend present that night, left her visibly shaken. These weren't just exchanges about social plans or movie roles. They allegedly revealed a calculated strategy to use the couple's children as props to enhance their public image. Even more disturbing were texts mocking Taylor's personal life, sent moments before Blake would leave supportive comments on her Instagram posts. According to a former assistant who worked closely with Blake, there were dozens of messages between Blake and Ryan making fun of Taylor's relationships while simultaneously discussing how to benefit from her fame. They literally referred to Taylor as their fame ATM, said a music industry insider. They saw her as someone they could withdraw attention and relevance from whenever they needed a boost. One particularly damning message allegedly showed Blake texting Ryan, "We need another baby photo this week. The movie numbers are slipping." These weren't just unkind words. According to insiders, they revealed a disturbing level of calculation. The couple had reportedly maintained a content calendar for family-themed posts, syncing emotional or relatable moments with film releases, product launches, or damage control opportunities. Every casual family post was scheduled months in advance, said a source familiar with the planning. There's nothing spontaneous about any of it. Adding fuel to the fire, 3 former household staff members came forward to confirm that many of the family photos were staged and heavily directed. They take the same shot dozens of times, one former employee said. Ryan would adjust the lighting, Blake would move the kids into better positions. Then they'd post it as if it was just a sweet, spontaneous moment. But perhaps the final blow came when Taylor discovered conversations about actor Justin Baldoni. Despite a friendly public front, Blake had allegedly been plotting behind the scenes to undermine his rising career. Sources from Baldoni's production team claim Blake viewed his growing influence as a threat. The texts reportedly included strategies to damage his reputation quietly within industry circles, yet another layer to the couple's increasingly controversial image management tactics. Taylor, initially stunned and hurt, didn't cut ties immediately. Known for being fiercely loyal, she confronted Blake in private, hoping for honesty and resolution. But instead of an apology, Blake allegedly dismissed the issue, chalking it up to misinterpreted jokes and implying that Taylor was being overly sensitive due to past betrayals. She tried to gaslight Taylor, said a source from Swift's management team. She even suggested Taylor needed therapy. That's when everything changed. Taylor began distancing herself from the couple, turning down invites to their home, quietly bowing out of joint appearances, and eventually removing them from her public narrative. Fans noticed the absence, but had no idea what had triggered the dramatic shift. Behind the scenes, Taylor was grieving a friendship that had meant a great deal to her, one she now felt had been built on manipulation and exploitation. The situation escalated further when Taylor learned Blake was spreading preemptive rumors in Hollywood circles, allegedly suggesting Taylor was unstable and envious of her perfect family life. It was a calculated move, according to multiple sources, intended to discredit Taylor before she could speak her truth. For Swift, it was unforgivable. She told her inner circle she has receipts that would destroy Blake's carefully curated image, said a longtime team member. Taylor's turned betrayal into music before, but this time, she doesn't think a song is enough. And the signs are already there. Taylor recently posted an Instagram reel promoting Selena Gomez's new album, a bold public gesture of support. It marked a clear shift in allegiance. While Taylor has never publicly promoted Blake's projects with the same enthusiasm, her visible support for Selena, who also had a falling out with Blake, sends a pointed message. Alliances have changed. Fans now wonder what Taylor might reveal next. If she chooses to share the messages or details publicly, it could mark a stunning fall from grace for one of Hollywood's most beloved couples. But even without a formal statement, the damage may already be done. Because what this situation truly reveals isn't just the end of a friendship, it's a powerful reminder of how easily public narratives can be manufactured. Behind every heartwarming photo or witty caption, there could be a strategy. And behind every picture-perfect moment, reality carefully hidden from viewpoint. One thing certain, Taylor Swift has seen behind the curtain, and she's not playing along anymore.
The source close to Taylor tells TMZ Taylor came to Blake's apartment at the time Blake told her to, not knowing anyone else would be there. In other words, Taylor had no idea there'd be a meeting going on. And I wonder if Taylor knows all this editing nonsense of Blake refusing to let Justin make his movie and I'm not going to give you Taylor's song. I'm not going to give you Taylor's song. You mean girl bully. If this is real, Blake Lively, you deserve all of this. This is a reckoning she needs to hear. This isn't bullying. This isn't harassment. This is accountability, girl.
The receipts Taylor's holding expose far more than a few mean-spirited texts. They uncover a calculated and disturbing pattern. The Reynolds family has allegedly used their own children as tools for publicity, all while publicly championing their privacy. In press interviews and public appearances, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have consistently taken a strong stance against the exploitation of celebrity children. At one point, Ryan told Entertainment Weekly, "Our children deserve the same privacy any child should have. We will always protect that above everything else." Yet, behind the scenes, a different narrative emerges, one driven by branding and media manipulation, according to a social media analytics expert who reviewed 3 years of the couple's Instagram posts. A troubling pattern appeared. In 87% of cases, partial glimpses of their children, hands, the back of a head, a blurry silhouette, surfaced within 5 days of a major product release or negative publicity incident. The timing is too consistent to be random, the expert explained. Whether Ryan was launching a new aviation gin campaign or Blake was promoting her fashion line, subtle child-related content would conveniently appear. Even more alarming was the testimony of Melissa Kay, a former nanny employed by the couple for 6 months. Kay revealed she was asked to sign not only a standard NDA, but also a separate agreement focused entirely on what was called image management practices involving the children. It included guidelines for prepping the kids for what they called casual documentation moments, she explained. Staff were explicitly instructed never to reveal how staged these supposedly candid shots really were. The strategy relied on showing just enough of the children to spark public interest while preserving a facade of privacy. A Hollywood publicist who has worked with similar celebrity families noted, they've mastered the privacy paradox. By claiming to protect their kids while revealing just a glimpse, they generate more curiosity than if they posted full images. What shocked Taylor most was how methodical the planning had become. During a casual lunch, Blake allegedly shared with her a breakdown of how different types of child-related content performed on Instagram. A tiny foot or hand gets decent engagement, she reportedly said, but a laugh or cry without showing the face. That's engagement gold. Leaked messages appear to back this up. One note to Ryan ahead of a park outing read, "Keep her face turned 30 degrees away from the camera." Another directive, "Wear the blue shirt. It photographs better with her outfit." Aviation Gin needs the numbers this week. Branding expert Caroline Winters summarized the tactic this way, "It's a brilliantly crafted illusion." By appearing to shield their kids while subtly including them in content, they maintain their image as protective parents and still satisfy public curiosity. It's genius marketing, but ethically murky. What was once seen as harmless peeks into a private life now appears to be part of a deliberate, highly managed campaign, and Taylor couldn't unsee it.